Once again, 16 teams battle not only to get onto the podium, but to earn that trophy right in the middle. We are France, the Netherlands, Russia, Italy, England, Germany, Portugal, and Spain on the left side of the bracket. And the right side of the bracket is Uruguay, Brazil, Colombia, Mexico, and Argentina, Honduras, the United States, and Chile, which consists of the right side of the bracket. We begin in the bottom left corner with Netherlands against France. Netherlands has the orange, black, and blue. It is mostly blue with a little bit of white and just a tiny bit of black mixed in for France. They make their way through the first funnel. Everybody chose that left side, which is a little bit longer, but if you both go the same way, it kind of doesn't matter. They make their way up the conveyor belt. One thing that you notice about this conveyor belt is that there's a little bit more room in between each prong that will bring up a marble, so an opportunity for the Netherlands to gain a little bit of a lead, and they do have a tiny bit of an advantage. They are into that blue funnel and very quickly through the blue funnel, making their way down to the first yellow funnel, and France has caught right back up. They are both circling that bottom portal, and it is still the Netherlands out in front in the second of 4 yellow funnels. Netherlands is through to the third, coming off of a very tight runner-up finish in a couple of events, couple of tournaments. They have the lead right now. Let's see who's going to make their way down through it. First, it is going to be the Netherlands. And now, if you go down the left side, it's a little bit longer, a winding course. If you go down the right side, it's typically going to be a lot faster. And it is the Netherlands to the right side, almost as if France can do nothing but watch and have them be eliminated. That is exactly what's going to happen. 1 minute and 22 seconds for the Netherlands to survive, and France will come through the same way that we just saw the Netherlands do, but it'll take 11 more seconds. 1 minute and 33 seconds, and France is eliminated. The Netherlands move on to the quarterfinals. And we head to the top right corner of the bracket. It is the United States in silver and Chile in white. And it's the U.S. in the lead right now. They both went to the right side, which is, as you can tell, a much, much quicker option. And they also got caught in a spot where those prongs are a lot closer, so not as big of a lead for the U.S. to be able to gain right off the bat. Although they do seem to be gaining a tad bit as we go through the almost like a racetrack portion of this course as they go around and around. And the U.S. is in that blue funnel. There is Chile. They almost made contact with each other. They may have made contact, actually. Both circling around that first hole of the first yellow funnel, and it's the U.S. out first. Chile losing a little bit of time. They are still trying to get around. Now they do. But did that time cost them? The U.S. is through the second of 4 funnels. Chile having a hard time closing around those funnels right now. The United States closing in on funnel 3, and they are going to get it almost immediately after Chile drops to funnel 3. It's about a 1 funnel lead right now. Let's see if Chile can get back in this one. Circling around, they will make their way to the final funnel. The U.S. will make their way through the final funnel. Which way do they go? Left side can leave it open a little bit for Chile. Right side's going to make it really difficult. Chile still in that 4th and final funnel. The U.S. has not made it through yet. They're both going to go down the right side. It's going to come right down to the finish. Who makes it out first? Chile may be in the advantage spot. Nope, it's the United States that will come across first and will take out Chile by just under 4 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds for the United States, which was a significantly slower time than the Netherlands. That was a much closer matchup. But the U.S. survives and moves on to the quarterfinal. And now you get Portugal against Spain. Portugal immediately drops behind Spain. A little bit of a slow start, but they both end up right next to each other. And so far, we've only seen the Netherlands end up in one of those spots where they are able to gain a large advantage right off the bat. Now through the red portion of the track. Look at that great camera view there. Down into the blue funnel and immediately into the yellow funnel is Spain. Here comes Portugal. And Portugal making up a lot of time right now. They come up, oh wow, they came through almost at the exact same time. That is a great run right there by Portugal. Portugal actually might be in the advantage spot now. Nope, it's still Spain that comes out first. And Portugal now makes their way into the third funnel. Spain in the lead, but Portugal's done a really good job in these funnels to keep it close. They are both into funnel number 4. And it could come down to that wire and determining if you go left to, for lack of a better term, the frowny face portion, or to the right side with the smiley face, the shorter, more direct opportunity there. Oh, they made contact with each other. Spain goes to the right. Portugal goes to the left. Portugal is going to try to make their way through. Oh, they're going to do it. A comeback for Portugal. And they beat them by less than a second. Trailing the entire time, Portugal pulls off the upset. That is an incredible run at the very end by Portugal to advance. And now Uruguay went to the right, and Brazil goes to the left, and it's a huge lead for Uruguay right off the bat. They are already making their way up towards the top where it's going to drop them off, and they are going to make their way around the red portion of this track. A huge lead. Now just coming to the red portion of the track is Brazil. The very first opportunity for one country to take a large lead over the other, and immediately Uruguay takes that advantage. They're giving it up just a little bit, though. Still having a hard time getting through that blue funnel. They gave up almost the entire advantage they gained at the very beginning. Going through that first yellow funnel, and Brazil comes back to take the lead. Uruguay has blown the early advantage. And who has that inner line now? It looks like it's still Brazil. They are through the second funnel with the lead. Halfway done with these funnels, and they are starting to gain a lead. They're down to their final funnel. Uruguay trying to circle around the opening of the third funnel. They will drop down. Let's see what Brazil can do. How big of a lead can they gain? They are through. Now they drop down to the half pipe. Which way do you go? It almost looked like on that last run, Uruguay went to the left and it helped them. Now they're going to end up knocking with each other. Oh, they're going to go opposite sides again. Here we go. Who wins it this time? Got to get through that funnel quickly. Here we go. It is Brazil. And Uruguay struggles at the end. Brazil with a comeback after a miscue early. They come back, take the lead, and then happen to hold on. They advance to the quarterfinal. Action-packed early. It is Russia against Italy. Italy with the right side, and they're going to take the advantage as well. Russia in the dark red, and it's Italy in the blue and yellow. Not as big of a lead, but still a lead nonetheless. I look like it was 4 prongs or so before Russia will make their way onto the red portion. Still a pretty good sized lead. Into the blue funnel goes Italy, but here comes Russia, and it looks like they're going to be about a funnel apart, as dropping down to that first yellow funnel right as Russia entered was Italy. Now they're in the same funnel, and again, Italy separates themselves. Both circling around the bottoms of their funnels, and once again, Russia drops, and then Italy follows suit to maintain essentially a one funnel lead. And this time a little bit bigger of an advantage for Italy. They gained a little bit there. They're on their final funnel of the large yellow portions of these funnels, and they will make their way to the half pipe with about a funnel lead. It's a matter of whether or not they can make that decision and be knocked off of the half pipe themselves. They do. They will head for the left side, which is the winding portion, but it's a pretty big lead right now for Italy, and they are going to win this one handily as they finish at 1 minute and 33, and we'll see how long it takes Russia. They really struggled with those large yellow funnels and ultimately were unable to come back, as they did not make it into the half pipe by the time that Italy was finished. They finished at 1 minute and 50 seconds. It is a nearly 17-second win for Italy, as they will move on to face the Netherlands. And now it is Honduras against Argentina. Honduras in the red and yellow. Argentina mostly silver, and again, they're going to gain that advantage. We've seen that the last few times. One marble has gone to the left, one marble has gone to the right. It is very clear there is no way to go around it, that if you go to the right side, you're going to get an advantage over the other team. The left side is by far a much longer and more time-consuming portion of track to have to gobble up. Into that blue funnel goes Argentina. Let's see if they can get out of that funnel before Honduras enters. Basically even, dropping down when one gets in. Very similar to what we just saw with Italy and Russia, where Italy was able to hold a one funnel lead. Not quite that big of a lead, because Honduras making up some time here. But it is still Argentina with the lead. Honduras making it very difficult, though. Honduras nearly making contact with Argentina as Argentina drops down to the third funnel. Here comes Honduras. This one could be close. Final funnel of the large yellow variety to go. And both are in. Gonna have to take a comeback if Honduras wants to get out of this funnel first, though. Very tight. And let's see which way Argentina decides to go. They might be forced into it. Oh, again, it's going to come down to the end. Who's going to come out of that funnel first? It's Argentina that will not be able to survive. Less than a second separates them. Honduras with a comeback. And clearly, as they are going to face the United States in the quarterfinals, and we see now England against Germany. Germany in the all-black. Very menacing look. They will head to the left side and immediately have to come for a comeback. We've seen, though, this is a course that clearly lends itself to the comeback. We saw Brazil with a large portion of track that they had to make up, and then they did that, took the lead, and had to survive a comeback attempt of their own. Into the blue funnel first goes England. And they are going to make their way down. They're in the first of 4 yellow funnels, and so is Germany, as they're trying to pick up some ground there. Looks like they are just a tad bit. The real difficulty is if you don't get off that half pipe at the bottom of this course before the other country reaches the half pipe, you could be in some trouble because they can just knock you right out of the way. We almost saw that in that last matchup. They ultimately ended up forcing each other to opposite sides, as down to the final funnel goes England. Germany trying to catch up. The half pipes are pretty difficult here. They have caused a significant amount of stress, I think. Here comes England. And let's see if they can finish this off quickly, or will Germany make contact? England down to the right side. One more funnel to go. Germany moving very quickly, but it's going to be too little too late. England moves on with a time of 1 minute and 34 seconds. And now Germany coming to a standstill. 17 seconds was the largest win. And that might be passed. Let's see. Germany going to come to the end. They're going to have the slowest time we've seen so far, and they're going to lose by just over 20 seconds, 1 minute 54. So Germany at the end, ultimately, when you've got nothing left to play for, it makes it a little harder to keep the intensity up. And so we move on to Colombia against Mexico. And Mexico with the early lead. And you've got 2 prongs separating the respective countries. Look at that. They look like they're about 1 length apart for a portion of that track. Very quickly out of the blue and into the first yellow. Now they are neck and neck. And we'll see what happens. Once again, into the same funnel, with still another funnel to go, and Mexico will drop first.
Still 2 more full funnels. Let's see if Mexico can drop quickly here and try to gain a little bit of extra advantage. They're down to their final yellow funnel. I'll tell you what, give credit to the Netherlands and France. We saw them move pretty quickly through this course. I feel like they've been quicker than anybody else in that first run. First matchup of the day. Mexico circling around. They're going to make it out and head for the half pipes. And they're going to go down the right side and go for the one funnel and a straight shot to the finish. Here comes Colombia. They're going to need some help if they want to make that comeback. It looks like Mexico's going to fall. They're going to get the win at 1 minute and 39 seconds. And now it is Colombia that will try to decide which way they're going. Almost coming to a standstill now. They'll go to the left side. Head down one funnel and then the S's to get them to the finish at 1 minute and 56 seconds. So another 17-second win as Mexico takes care of Colombia rather easily. And we have our quarterfinal matchups. First one is Netherlands. The Netherlands against Italy. Whoa. Contact there, and Italy goes to the left side. The Netherlands gain the early advantage. They're to the right side. And they are headed for the conveyor belt right as the Netherlands are making their way off the conveyor belt. We have seen some success when they get the early lead. We've also seen some pretty good comebacks. Onto the blue funnel, and the Netherlands are now going to drop down. Not exactly a dominant moment there. They have opened the door back up for Italy. Everybody's close. The Netherlands are going to fall first, though. Onto their second yellow funnel. And here comes Italy. And the Netherlands will drop to their final 2 yellow funnels. 3 funnels total left because you still have that one small orange funnel, depending on which side you choose. The Netherlands fall again. They're down to that final funnel. Again, the half pipes can make or break here. Both are in the final yellow funnel. Looks like Netherlands. They are circling it. They are headed for the half pipe. And let's see which way they fall. The Netherlands with the lead over Italy. Here comes Italy. They are going to knock each other around. The Netherlands to the right with one funnel and a straight shot. Italy to the left. They've got to go through the S's. They get out first. And it is the Netherlands in a buzzer beater. They beat them. Oh my goodness. Is that 5/100ths of a second? I believe that's what the official scoring was. They beat them by 5/100ths of a second. And now the U.S. against Honduras. Honduras just got off to a terrible start. They got stuck in the blue portion before you even get out of the first real obstacle, and then they went down the left side. And so the U.S. trying to make their way around this red portion of track and gain as much of a lead as they can. And they are already going to make their way onto the blue funnel, and still 3 full passes to go before Honduras will get there. Let's see how big of a lead the U.S. can gain. Can they get out of that funnel? They do before Honduras makes it. That was pretty even, though. And I think the U.S. might be a little disappointed that they didn't get a larger lead. Honduras drops from blue to yellow. The United States trying to make it through the first yellow, and they do. Still holding an advantage, but it looks like Honduras is gaining just a tad bit. You can only hope for as good of a finish as we just saw between the Netherlands and Italy. The U.S. down to funnel number 3. That was a crazy finish. And they are maintaining a 1 funnel lead. Here comes Honduras. How quickly can you get out of this and give yourself time in that half pipe to get through? U.S. still in the lead. Here comes Honduras. They are circling quickly. They may make contact with each other. They are through, and oh, they're both in the half pipe. The U.S. gets out first. They're going to follow each other, and the United States is going to get the win. And 1 minute and 38 seconds, and following suit at 1 minute 42 is Honduras. Valiant effort after a just awful start, but the United States is into the semifinals. And now we will find our opponent for the Netherlands. England takes an early lead. Portugal goes off to the left side. But again, like I said, you go to the left side and you're not done. Honduras nearly made that entire comeback against the U.S. And they got stuck in something that wasn't even an obstacle. And then they chose the wrong path to go down. So by no means are you out of this until somebody hits the finish platform. England trying to make their way quickly through that blue funnel. And they fall just before Portugal makes their way in. And again, good job so far by England to maintain that lead. Portugal looks like they're about to drop, but so is England. Very smooth run that time. The English trying to advance to the semifinals, and they gained a little bit of time there. For just a moment, there was an entire empty funnel separating these two. So England did a great job to gain that lead. They're going to drop a little bit of it back. Had a little bit of a slow start there to try to get out of that final funnel. They make their way down to the half pipe. Still a pretty good sized lead. Let's see if they can capitalize and get out of the half pipe. Here comes Portugal. England still trying to decide. They're going to make contact. Portugal comes out first. They both go down the left. It's going to be a matter of who comes out of that funnel first. The answer is, England at the end wins it by just over a second. Portugal had the lead back after a bad start, and England swipes it away at the last second, stealing that victory. And now Mexico against Brazil. Brazil gets off to the right side. Mexico with a slow start to the left. We have seen some really impressive finishes here. Honduras almost made that comeback. Couple of lead changes at the very end of that last matchup. And of course the photo finish, 0.05 of a second, separating the Netherlands with another nail-biter against Italy. Brazil out of the yellow funnel, or out of the blue funnel into the yellow, and they are now followed by Mexico. Seems to be really trying to force the hand of Brazil there. Getting very close to those marbles touching with each other. Both into the second funnel, and now Brazil drops down, reassuming the lead. Mexico follows, but Brazil gained that time. They went down almost immediately after Mexico entered. Let's see how much time they have to try to maneuver the half pipe. How much time do they need? Could be another question. Mexico trying to swarm around it. Let's see which way Brazil goes. They will go to the right side. It's a straight shot. Let's see how quickly Mexico can try to make something of this. It's going to be too little too late, as Brazil will come across at 1:40 seconds, and Mexico still stuck in the half pipe. And they will go to the left side. The more scenic route, if you will, taking the S's to the finish line. Dropping out of that final funnel and crossing the line at 1:56. So Brazil held that one, the lead from start to finish. They will face the U.S. in the semifinal. But first, it is England against the Netherlands, who hung on by the skin of their teeth there. And they are going to be behind early. Both had to go through the same side, but it is England who makes it out much quicker, and it is a 1, 2, 3, 4 prong lead right now going through up that conveyor belt. This is where the speed of the marble can become important. If you are a quick marble, you can make up a lot of time, and it looks like the Netherlands is making up some time, as they are both now in the blue funnel. That is a big win for the Netherlands, and they may have gotten the inside track there. Nope, it's going to be England coming out of the blue funnel first. Both are in the yellow. Netherlands have done a good job to get a little bit tighter, but does their luck run out? They have had a lot of luck in very, very tight situations. Maybe not necessarily luck, maybe it is skill. Able to win those matchups, just barely coming through with a comeback at the last second against Italy. A 5/100th of a second separating those two. But right now they're going to have to make a comeback against England, who is in the fourth funnel. The Netherlands circling and making their way to the fourth funnel. But how big will that lead be for England, and how big of a head start do they get for the halfpipes? Here it is. How quickly can they get out? Very quickly to the left side, and they will make that victory stroll through the S's. They are going to advance to the final. It is England through in 1:37. And the Netherlands will take the same route and finish off a run that is going to take just under 2 minutes at 1:58. So England is through. Do they get the United States or do they get Brazil? U.S. in the silver. Yellow and blue. Oh, what a move by Brazil. They just hopped right over the U.S. Both go down the right side, and we are neck and neck early. That was a huge power move right there by Brazil. But the U.S. staying close, and they're both going to be in the blue funnel at the same time. That's almost a guarantee unless somehow Brazil just knocks their way right through it. And they are. Let's see who gets that advantage and who gets out first. Looks tight. It's going to be Brazil. And the U.S. follows. Both are into the first of the yellow funnels. Brazil circling around that entrance, or I guess in this case, an exit. And they do make their exit from the first to the second funnel, and the U.S. follows. Brazil, you can see, does have the lead right now, and they do have the advantage. The inside track towards that dropout. The U.S. is into the third funnel. Oh, Brazil very close. They're into the fourth funnel now. Gaining a little bit of speed there and gaining a little bit of a lead over the United States, who is into the fourth funnel. And again, this might come down to how well you can maneuver those half pipes. Brazil will encounter the half pipe first. How well do they do? The U.S. still in the funnel. They are... Oh, they're going to make contact. Yes, they will. Oh, the U.S. takes the lead. Brazil is still in the half pipe, and the United States will funnel their way through the S's and into the championship matchup. 1:42 as they knock. It's a bump and run, really. Brazil will finish at 1:50 on the dot, and the United States against England in a revolutionary matchup. But first, it's the third place match between the Netherlands and Brazil. Brazil got bumped at the end, unable to get into the championship matchup, and now they will fall behind the Netherlands early. Still unable to make their way to the red part of the course, and now here they are, but a big lead for the Netherlands, who did all they could to try to make that comeback against England, but ended up finishing, I think that was a 16-second win to get England into the championship against the United States. And now the Netherlands trying to place on the podium. Good comeback here by Brazil, as they are gaining a little bit of time here, but it's still the Netherlands in the second yellow funnel. Wow, that one took a long time to get through, and I think that's going to be a frustrating run if it comes back to bite the Netherlands. That second yellow funnel was not successful at all. But Brazil could not take advantage. They struggled. They nearly made contact. Down to the final funnel goes the Netherlands, trying to place on the podium. The loser of this matchup falls right back in with the other 13 countries. The Netherlands will make contact first with the half pipes. They are going to make contact with each other, though, and Brazil with a bump and run. But here comes the Netherlands. They're not going to give up easily. It's going to be who falls through that funnel first. The Netherlands is going to need to have it happen first. It does not, and Brazil gets the win by just over 2 seconds. At 1:48, they get third place. And now it is the United States against England, and the U.S. out first. They go to the left side and take the advantage. They're up the conveyor belt. Still in that funnel is England, and they will head up the conveyor belt, but they have 4 pretty well spaced out prongs separating these two marbles. And so the U.S. with a lead early. We are 25 seconds into the championship run, and at 27 seconds even, the U.S. drops to the blue funnel. And by that time, that is about a 7-second lead from when they entered the blue funnel. 27 seconds and 33 seconds for England. The U.S. into the second yellow funnel. And they gained a second from those couple of funnels. They were up by 7 going into the blue. Going into that second yellow, they were up by 8 seconds. The U.S. maintaining a comfortable lead as they are, for the most part, doing a good job of keeping themselves in a separate funnel. They're down to the final funnel now. The half pipes are so important in this race. The U.S. knows that, pulling off a bump and run on Brazil to advance to the championship. They will go to the half pipe first. Can they get out of it? That's the question. England is still in the funnel. They're going to try to make a move that'll win themselves a championship. Here we go. It is going to be England into the right funnel. Here comes the U.S., and it's going to come down to who makes it out of the funnel first. England wins it at 1:42 seconds. And the United States, after an incredible run to beat Brazil at the end of their semifinal matchup, will settle for silver.
England wins the trophy. Brazil comes in third. And fittingly enough, the United States, running with an all-silver marble, will own second place in this matchup. So, an impressive run by England. Some heroics, a lot of back and forth. But in the end, it is England in first. The United States comes in second. Third place goes to Brazil. So until next time, I am Ricochet, and you have been watching Of Marble Through the Cup.